Hello and welcome to the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. I'm Devin Grubb,
And I'm Zach Grubb.
and today we are kicking off season 4 with episode 1, the Hellfire Club.
You are so excited to talk about this.
I have been waiting for season 4 for so long.
So I think this is going to kind of change the format of the show.
Yeah.
I think up to this point, our whole goal was to figure out if we think they had a plan when they started the show. Since after season 4, they went back and said, "Oh, well, you can see us laying the groundwork."
Mm-hmm.
And I think our general idea, our opinion is, you absolutely did not have a plan in season 1, and like they kind of found their way to it through seasons 2 and 3.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like part of that is because they didn't really know if they were going to get to continue with season 1, like after season 1.
Well,
You know, because it's always like up in the air after you have a first season, like, am I going to get a season 2? So I feel like that's partly why that is. Like they laid the groundwork for characters and stuff in season 1, but then season 2 they were like, okay, we have something here, so they can actually start fleshing out story and tying things together as they go.
Right, and like they've said in interviews before, like way back when, that this was originally intended to be an anthology series.
Right? So every season was going to be different anyway.
Right, so like when they got to season 2, they had to have said on the fly, okay, we're going to keep going with this story because this is what people are really into.
This is what people like.
And you can really see that in season 2 with them kind of toying around with the idea of 8 and trying to introduce this other aspect of the world that they basically just left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Which, good, leave that on the floor. But the point is, season 2 was laying the groundwork for a plan, but it clearly got tossed aside for what they do in season 4. And I think in season 3 they knew that.
But there are some elements that we discovered in season 2 that definitely tie into season 4.
I think Vecna was a plan.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Like it
How
wasn't
we got there, I think, is what they changed.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I think this is a good intro to the first episode because we open up with the rainbow room.
Okay. So you're talking about like the stuff with like the other kids and everything.
Yes.
Okay. If that wasn't clear in what you were saying to me.
So
like I was kind of like, but wait, we talked about this before. Like we're pretty certain that they started to know where they were going in season 2. And then you were like, they didn't know where they were going. And I was like, wait, what? You changing your tune on me?
No. Like I said, I think they were laying the groundwork. They knew they wanted to have Henry/Vecna/1, but I think they hadn't fleshed out exactly how he was going to work into the story.
Oh no, I get that, but where you threw me was basically it was just your, the stuff with like 8 and the other kids. All right, so segue. We start off with a flashback.
Yeah. Did we really need to start? Okay, so I have thoughts and feelings on this. It drives me crazy that so many shows and movies want to start with, here is something that happened, and we'll get to it later. I know it's intriguing, it's supposed to pull us in, but at this point, it's a massively overused trope. I understand what they were going for, but I don't think they needed to do this. And on top of that, it could have been presented better. Maybe Eleven's having nightmares where she's kind of remembering things.
Yeah, because there's a whole episode literally dedicated to this flashback.
Yes. And it
later on in the season.
Yeah. And it tries very hard to make us like Brenner.
Yeah, it tries to humanize him. And like we kind of talked, this whole season they kind of try to like humanize him in a way, but it's like, no, dude, like I don't
like he's still a selfish monster and his true colors come out, but like they put a lot of work into making you think, oh, he really cared about these kids.
He cared about the kids. Like they called him Papa. They were his children, blah blah blah.
In his own twisted way, he cared. And it's like, you know what? No.
Mm-hmm.
No. Like it doesn't jive with everything we've seen of this character up to this point. I'll put that aside. But I don't like that is where this season started.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with the first time we watched it, I was kind of like, where is this going?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
And this season is phenomenal. It's great.
Yeah.
But I feel like the opening was intriguing, but weak.
It was. I mean, so,
Like, oh my god, he sees 11 standing around all the dead bodies. Like,
Well,
what did you do?
Well, okay, I was getting there
Oh, I'm
because
sorry,
there
I'm
was
sorry.
I was gonna say something in
Do it,
regards
do it.
to that. But like it sets you up for like different things that play out with 11 in this season. But yeah, that whole like the first time you watch it when he comes in to find 11, like I remember the first time we watched it, I was like, whoa, what did she do? And that's literally what he says to her. What did you do? But after like watching it again and like thinking about all the Vecna stuff, because this is not the second time that I've watched season 4. This is the third. Even the second time around, this is not something that I didn't think about this until we just watched this. When he's saying to her, "What did you do?" I don't think he thinks that she did this. I don't think he thinks she killed all the kids. I think he knows that she let Henry /Vecna/1 loose, essentially.
Yeah.
And he's asking her, what did you do? Like, why did, like...
It took us 3 watches to get to the point
that,
where we think that, though.
Right.
And, like, clearly the intention was to make you think, oh, did 11 kill these people? It's like,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We all know she didn't.
And you know what? There's actually... And I'm surprised that we didn't catch it. I guess because now we're, like, looking for things. But if you look behind her... There's like the
wall.
burnt
Yeah.
portal wall, like in the wall that's like closed up. It's like, okay, why didn't we notice that before?
Well, that's actually that's a testament to the cinematography because they picked a focal point of Eleven's face and they made us pay attention to that and not notice the background.
Right. And
that was very intentional, and it's a great work. It's a great example of strong camera work.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, now we're like.
Now we're analyzing.
We're analyzing. We're looking for things. You see that, and it's like, oh. But yeah, I definitely think his question to her is not, "Oh my God, you did this," but what did you do? Who did you talk to, and what happened?
Yeah, I know what this looks like because I've seen what this guy can do. I've seen what he's capable of. Yeah, totally. I think before we get off this flashback that we enter the season with. You pointed out something really important. They completely changed the Rainbow Room. They
did. Yeah. I'm going to... That was not on me, though. I said that to you, but shout out to Ham Radio Media. We were having a little conversation on Instagram, and that was pointed out to me that the Rainbow Room is completely different. And when we watched it, it 100% is. The Rainbow Room in season 2 is literally just like, what, a rainbow picture?
There's a rainbow on the door, and it's just like a room that barely fits the two of them.
Right. And then the Rainbow Room, it's literally the room is painted with rainbow stripes, and like it's like a activity hall for
for them to train their brains.
Kids. Yeah.
Like... And I think that speaks to what I was talking about with season 2. They did not know what they were going to do with the lab. They had an idea of... I think they had an idea of who Henry /Vecna/1 was and what they wanted to do with that character, but they did not know how they were going to integrate him into 11's story. Yeah. There's no way. Because if they did, we wouldn't have seen a closet be the Rainbow Room.
We would have seen a Rainbow Room.
Right. And it bothered... It's such a glaring change that could have been completely avoided if they just went with a different motif for the room that she trained in. Why make it the Rainbow Room? Why change that? You didn't have to. Yeah. It's very silly.
Also, we have a bigger budget now.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
That's the, the logistical reasoning.
Yeah.
Not the, the real one, or what it should have been.
So I guess now that we've spent 10 minutes on this intro, I'm willing to shut up.
Fitting that the beginning of that episode of the intro to the episode is essentially that long. Oh, important date though. It happens on September 8th, 1979.
1979.
I am the date person.
Yeah, if you listen to our last episode, we were having a lot of trouble getting these dates together, and I think even that date still makes it so that they messed up their timeline.
I don't know about that now, because if I don't want to go back to this because it hurt my brain. But what we saw or what we found online was that Terry came in 1974, and that would put
11 was only like 2 or 3.
Well, no, because if she's 8 or 9 in 1979, then she's either 4 or 5 in 1974.
That was not a 5-year-old in that room.
No, it's not a 5-year-old. It would be. I was gonna say 3 or 4.
Yeah.
If she's 4, then she's 8 here, right? 9 here.
9 here. But I think they say she's 8. We'll find out.
We'll find out. But like, my question is, where did that number come from, Stranger Things Wiki? Because I don't recall seeing anything that said 1974 ever.
If you really want to hear us harp on this for a while,
listen to the previous episode. We're going to move on.
We'll move past it for now. Yeah.
So now we pick up. It's March 21st, 1986. The day before Will's birthday. That's important to note. And we're in California. And 11's writing a letter. Poorly.
My grammar is getting good now also. That said, she is a lot more eloquent than she's been up to this point. Like, she's just speaking with more confidence.
But my biggest note about the 11 situation right now is, and I said it to you and I'm going to say it now, she has never been to school a day in her life. Whose brilliant idea was it to throw her to the wolves as a freshman in high school?
That's a terrible
idea.
It's crazy.
It's there's so, like, yes, she's the weird new kid, but like, she's the weird new kid. Like,
she's barely socialized.
Right. They essentially, by throwing her into school, not only is she behind with everything, but they slapped a target on her back to be the weird kid.
And it's not like she had Max to like be tough for her.
No.
Or like, she
had Will.
Help her now. Yeah, she had Will, who can barely navigate himself.
Right, like he's he's just skating on by, trying to,
keep his head
down, not make waves, not do anything, just, survive. And then there's her, and it's she thinks that everybody is like nice to her, and like she does that.
No, she doesn't.
Well, no, she does that like that one girl waves in the hallway, and she does that like awkward wave back, and it's like, I'm not like she's just. She needed something else.
If they were going to throw her to high school, they should not have left Hawkins.
No, because at least if she was in Hawkins, she would have been with people that she knew.
She needed a support
system, Which she had a support system, and she has a support system with Will and Joyce and at home.
But she doesn't really, because Joyce has her at-home job. And Jonathan's high as a kite the entire time.
I didn't mention Jonathan.
I know, but you should have, because he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be.
Poop on Jonathan right now, because I am angry with him.
I know. But like, and you can't expect Will to be somebody else's support system. It's not fair.
No, it's not.
It's not fair to Will.
Will doesn't have. Will needs his own support system. Will has so much trauma and PTSD to deal with now that like he can't be someone's support, and he's all she's got.
Mm-hmm.
Rant.
It's messed up.
Sorry.
We do open up with an incredible line from our boy, though. Dusty? Hang on to your butts, brochachos.
Oh. Argyle. Argyle is best boy. Introduction of a new character. We love Argyle over here.
We do. This is an Argyle appreciation space. I know a lot of people didn't jive with him, but I think without him, this season would have suffered.
How can you not jive with Argyle? He's just great.
He's very over the top, but it's necessary.
But he's so wise.
He is.
He's so wise.
He's so wise.
Like, he says some things that it's just like, yeah, that's right.
He's got that stoner
wisdom.
Wisdom.
Stoner and his, I'm high all the time mannerism.
Yeah. I think before we jump back to the Hawkins crew, I want to say personally, there's not. I mean, there's plenty to talk about in terms of how they set things up, but I feel like we didn't get as much from this.
We didn't theorize or anything, but I think that's because like in this first episode is very much I'm setting you up for what you're going to be dealing with.
Yeah.
It's definitely this episode is almost all exposition.
Yeah.
So there really isn't much room to theorize or, go back on things. We don't know anything about Vecna yet or, or anything like that. So there's nothing to really talk about in that sense.
Yeah. And I do want to, I'm thinking we might not talk about the entire first episode in this episode of the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. Because this was a long episode.
They're all long. They're all, like, this was an hour and 16 minutes, the episode. Like, every episode in this season is longer. They're all long. They're all, like, movie length. So.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea to cut this into, like, part 1s and part 2s.
I'm cool with that. I hope you're cool with that, because we're just going to do it.
So we do cut back to the Hawkins crew for a bit.
Yeah, well, don't we go to Mike. I didn't write anything about that.
Well, we have the pep rally.
Oh, well, you're jumping way far ahead.
Am I?
Yeah, because we talk like that. We see Mike and he's getting ready for school, and they're like, "Oh, you have to be home at this time. Oh, I have my Hellfire Club."
It's like right after that, though.
And then you get Dustin, who has Susie changing his grades.
Oh,
and then you have.
Okay, yeah, I did not write a ton because there is not.
No,
I wasn't writing things that I felt like we didn't have.
Yeah, like Max
gets
off the bus. The Max thing, like Max gets off the bus and she's all like, moo, and
headphones on.
She's seeing the guidance counselor, and then you have Steve and Robin all going to school and they're
riding into school, talking about girls,
talking about Robin has a crush, people who like boobies, because. Steve,
yeah, they both like
Steve.
boobies.
He's like, who pauses fast times at this blah blah blah? People who like boobies. Stop saying boobies. Boobies.
Steve is. We've talked about it before. Steve is always a gem. Steve is the gem this season. We love Eddie. Perfect. We really love Eddie, but Steve is like peak Steve in season 4.
Yeah, Steve is.
He really is.
Then we go to the pep rally.
Yeah, then we go to the pep rally. I forget, did they talk to Lucas before? It's after the pep rally, right?
Yeah, because they're at the pep rally, Jason goes off and
let's talk about Jason.
Do we have to?
This guy was set up from the villain immediately.
He's a piece of shit. He even looks like a douche. He looks like he's... Blech.
I literally wrote this basketball douche was set to be the villain from the get-go. Like, let's use all these dead people as props for my speech about how we're gonna win, win the finals or whatever. Like, this asshole has the gall to be like, I thought about all the people we lost in that fire.
I wish they'd stop giving asshats microphones.
Hun, that's never gonna happen.
I
know. It's just like, could they have made a scummier sports bro?
Yeah.
Like, he is quintessentially the guy you will not root for.
Yeah.
There is no nuance here. He is just awful.
He's awful. And oh, Christy, my love. Oh, let me catch your kiss.
Even Chrissy is like...
Even she's a little bit... Because she loves Eddie.
She don't know that yet.
No, she already does, because she had to have set up the drug deal already. She had to have slipped a little note in his locker. I need drugs.
I need drugs,
We haven't
Mr.
even met
Munson.
him yet on
Help
the
me
show.
out.
No, so, okay. They have their conversation with Lucas after this, because they talk about they say about how they have to play the team, and they're like, what do you mean there's a game? And Max is like, they call it a tournament, you win one, you go on to the next one. My question is, how do Dustin and Mike not know what a tournament is if they are 14, 15 years old in high school?
I guarantee they fought in tournaments in their D&D games.
Right, like, do you, like, what? But okay. and then they have their conversation with Lucas to try to, and Lucas is like, just see if you can get him to move it. And they're like, what? You know him? And they were setting him up to be such a dick. Because we thought we were going to hate him.
Yeah. His scene's not for a bit, though. Because
I know,
we go back.
We go back to...
Joyce. And the box from Russia.
Yep.
This Russia side story was... like, until about the halfway point.
Get to Hopper?
No, even after that. Like, I did not jive with this story until after Hopper was thrown in, like, the max security with the dude who was trying to help him escape.
Oh, so when the guy who's helping him escape is in prison with him? That's
yeah.
What, oh, okay.
It took me that long to get on board with the Russia story. It's like halfway through the season.
5 or 6. Yeah, that's late.
The whole Russia subplot to me was grating until that point.
Because, and this is what happens with, I feel like, or what happens with what happens with a lot of the seasons of this show. There is one particular... There's several stories happening at once, but there's one that always holds your attention more than others.
Yeah.
And in this season, the Hawkins story was much more interesting, much more intriguing than what was happening with 11, what was happening in California, and what was happening in Russia.
You could argue that 11's story was very strong.
11's story was strong, but it wasn't as good.
It wasn't as interesting as Hawkins. No. Definitely. But I never felt like upset that we were going back to 11.
I mean, it was always like, oh, let's find out what's happening in 11's past. But whenever we were in like the Hawkins situation, it was gripping. Yeah. You know, it was because I feel like this, like we talk about stakes a lot. The stakes are very, very high in what is happening in Hawkins. And that's not as high with the other things,
especially the Russia story for me. Like watching it, you know, they're not going to kill Hopper,
right? They already killed him.
They already didn't kill him,
right? So they're not going to kill him now.
And if they killed him, that entire subplot just falls off,
right?
So Hopper is safe. If anything, once Murray's involved, I was worried about Murray.
Yeah, we were worried about Murray.
I was worried about Murray. They weren't going to kill
every
Joyce.
Situation, I was worried about Murray.
But Murray can handle himself, and we'll talk about that.
Yes. Yes, we will.
We get a little bit of that in this one when he's like coming in to ice himself down from karate class.
Karate lesson. Every day at 1 o'clock.
Every day at 1 o'clock. He takes an ice bath and pounds of vodka.
Oh, gotta love Murray.
He's great. The Russian doll thing is just very silly, and they play like that Russian
that they play all the time
over her opening a box with a doll in it, and I'm like,
it's
oh my
it's
god!
All the time, whenever they do anything that has to do with Russia in the show, there's always that like, oh no, yeah, that's literally what it sounds like.
This show understands subtlety. Why can it not? Why can't it use it when it comes to this awful subplot? It really turns around. It turns around in a big way, but it takes far too long to get there.
Yeah, it takes a while.
What you were saying about, you know, different plot lines being less interesting every season, I feel like at the halfway point of this season, every plot line is good. But it takes so much time to get there.
Yeah. Well, it's also because the episodes are so freaking long.
Well, yeah.
That's part of it. That's part of it. Because, and to me, because the episodes are so long, when they go to something else, I'm just sitting there waiting for them to get to what's interesting to me.
Yeah.
You know, like
Let's get back to Vecna.
Right, when we were watching, like, and like not necessarily this episode, but like other ones later on in the season when we were watching it for the first time, like, and I love this season, but like anytime they went to California or anytime they went to Russia, I was like, all right, can we get back to like the main cast? Because okay. All right, they're driving. They're driving. They're trying to go somewhere. Okay, they're flying in a plane to find Hopper. Okay, what's going on with Hawkins? Like,
yeah. I think the points of the California story that like really pulled me in the most were like, oh hey, they're at Susie's house.
Yeah, that was because that actually delivered on something.
Yeah, and oh, they're at the pizza place. Like those were the parts that kept me going.
Yeah.
So let's jump back into this episode though.
Okay.
11 has her little breakdown because people are awful to her
Angela's
about her.
Also a douche.
Angela is a douche. she does her diorama about her
Her
father
being her hero.
And then she's like, wasn't it supposed to be a famous person? It's like, he was in the paper for dying saving people. That's good enough.
Right. And she like shits on that too. Like, and
yeah.
it's just so, it's really sad.
It is.
It's really sad.
And it's disgusting.
Like, I just, yeah, it's.
We all understand why when she caves in that girl's face with the skate, we are happy about it. We get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And freaking Will, like, they didn't even imply anything. Like, look, if you were surprised by the whole Will is gay thing, I don't know where you've been. Because they didn't even, like, imply it. They were just straight up like, hey, this girl's rubbing his leg and she's interested in him. And he's like, don't touch me.
Right.
Like, no. It's like, Jesus Christ, that was a visceral reaction, Will.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he would be gay. He's just,
I'm just saying.
He lost a lot of time.
He did, sure. But I'm just saying, like, that's the introduction to the possibility that they explore through the season without ever actually saying it. And it's like, that's a reaction.
Yeah.
Yes, I know where you're going with this. Thank you for blaring it through the megaphone.
But yeah, so after that horrible display, not of Will getting his leg rubbed,
hey, also uncomfortable.
Of Angela and her little cronies, destroying 11's diorama. And...
Oh, no, that's later.
No, I don't have any notes about that, though. When did that come in?
Destroying the diorama?
I don't know when it comes in. I guess I didn't write it down. Oopsie poopsie. Yeah, I don't have it anywhere, so I thought it happened here.
Is it later? Hold on.
I don't know.
Do you have notes about 11 and Max kind of being overlaid with each other with Max's music?
Nope.
Okay, I actually thought you would. That was pretty cool.
Nope.
So
I was just there was a lot of times I was just watching the episode.
I know. Same. But like they have yes, it's because they leave the classroom and Will's like, it wasn't that bad. Well, yeah. It's not that bad.
Okay, and they're and then it
like
cuts
Max's
to
music starts.
All I have is that I said theme song of the season is running up that hill because that's what it cuts to.
But like I thought it was really interesting and definitely intentional that 11 is going through such a hard time, and they kind of start playing the music with her in her scene,
mm-hmm.
and then we kind of fade into Max actually listening to it, and it's like, yes, both of these characters are going through this inner turmoil, and this is going to be the theme of the season, like you just said.
Song of the season.
Like, I think it's important that they overlaid those two scenes on top of each other with the theme song,
mm-hmm.
Because when it comes right down to it, I feel like the friendship between Max and 11 is kind of the crux of where this ends up.
Yeah.
And they don't get to explore it because they're so far apart from each other from the entire season. And it's like I was saying earlier, 11 would be fine.
When they reunite, it's not even in person.
Right. 11 would be fine in a high school setting if she had Max. Yeah. And Max would be fine during all of this if she had 11.
Yeah. The
fact that they are separated from each other is like you could argue the biggest contributing factor to this season happening.
It's true because if 11 was still in Hawkins, I don't know that the Vecna stuff would have necessarily happened. I think he waited because she was gone.
Oh, you think he made his move because she wasn't around?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay.
Because I feel like he knew that she would protect her friends. And she's the only one that can essentially beat him. She beat him before.
Mm-hmm.
But he might not have waited because, like, on the other hand, because he also knows that she's without her power. So really, she didn't need to be gone for him to pull his trigger.
He also didn't have to target Max. I'm sure there's other people with inner turmoil he could have targeted. He targeted Max to get to her.
To get to 11. To get 11 to...
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, if they were together, they would have figured out what was going on much, much more quickly.
Oh, absolutely. And so we had a question with season 3. So here's a little tie-in. We were like, how come in season 4, Max is so withdrawn and everything when she's fine in like October of in season 3, and it gets mentioned when she's talking to the guidance counselor about how, you know, they had to move and her mom is drinking and stuff. So that could be why she has started to pull away and everything. Her best friend's gone. She had to move from her house to a trailer park. Her mom is drinking. So I feel like that can kind of be, you know, that can explain why she went from being happy at the end of season 3, even though they're in like the same school year, to being not so great when you get to March.
Yeah, for me, the disconnect is still like between Billy being the cause of this turmoil that they get into later.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
it doesn't have to be. She's got a lot going on.
There's a lot going
on
awful. Besides just Billy being gone.
Yeah, I get that Vecna's using that guilt against her, but they kind of frame it as, oh, this big shift in personality from her is because she's feeling all this guilt over Billy. And there's really no indication of that.
Yeah.
In season 3. And I get it. It still comes together in a satisfying way, and I wouldn't argue against doing it the way that they did it. Just, I still think we should have gotten some inkling of her guilt in season 3.
In season 3, and we really didn't.
Yeah. But you like them bringing up how, you know, her mother's been drinking, they had to move into like the trailer park.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she straight up says that she broke up with Lucas. Like, she was burning bridges.
Yeah.
Oh, and like they get into a conversation when she's leaving the counselor's office, and she's like, "Are you stalking me?" And my first thought was, "You literally nicknamed him Stalker."
Yeah, like that's his job.
That's what you called.
I mean,
like
when she's walking down the hallway listening to the music, and he looks at her like he's like about to drool. Yeah. Like he's just like, like
I'm just
come
that's
on.
the take
like,
they went with.
Like Lucas, come on, man.
Very silly. Very, very silly. But, like, even in her super emo, like, I won't take off my headphones state, Chrissy bursts into the bathroom and she's in trouble, and Max can't help but
Chrissy's
care.
already in the bathroom when she's in there.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She just starts to hear, she hears her puking.
Yeah.
And she asks her if she's okay.
Yeah. It's like, even when she's at her fucking lowest, Max can't help but, like, care about what's going on with other people.
With other people, yeah. And that's actually once Max leaves, that's our first, like, little look at Vecna.
We see his feet.
But we also, like, witness what he can do.
Yeah, she gets some hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
Audio hallucinations at first.
Yeah, it's auditory.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, when we first watched this episode,
it was
scary.
It was scary.
I was like, what are we dealing with this season? Because this is terrifying, and if we're not going to get any kind of explanation, I don't know if I can continue.
They leaned into the horror, and I was there for it. I am still here for it. I'm
not a horror person, so this was kind of like, okay. But then once things get explained, it's like, okay, I can handle this.
Yeah.
But before you know what's happening, like before you get to the end of the episode, it's very much just like, I'm uncomfy.
I am uncomfy. Those were some wet slaps when those feet hit the ground.
The subtitles of this season, like. I'm sure you've like seen the memes, like tentacles squelching wetly,
yeah,
stuff. Like the people who wrote the captions were just like, "I'm gonna have some fun."
Yeah,
with
we're gonna go harder than we have to. This is scary for people who can hear. We need to make it scary for people who can't. We need to really lean into the disgusting horror here.
Oh my goodness!
Yo, incredible though. Like,
yeah,
way to bring that experience to people who wouldn't necessarily be having it without the audio.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny to look at, though.
It's funny to look at, sure.
But it does. But it gives you, like, a clear description. Like,
it gives you a picture.
Like, it paints
like,
a picture.
what's happening.
So it's like, okay. Ew.
Yeah. And hun, this is it. This is the scene. I'm gonna say we're gonna talk about this scene. And I think that's where we should end the episode.
Or we can. Do you want to talk about this scene, or do we want to end here and we'll pick up with the scene.
Do you think you could wait a week to talk about Eddie? I kind of don't think you can. I'm gonna let you run wild. I'll chime in when I feel like I need to.
I mean, what is there to say? It's the best intro ever.
It is fantastic.
His introduction is just sheer perfection. Like the music, and like all you hear is his voice like making fun of like reading this magazine article, but like clearly making fun of it, and it's just like, who is this guy? Like, who is this person?
What is this charisma?
Right, what are we getting into over here? You know, and he does his whole, like, he opens up with a freaking speech, essentially. Like,
yeah, he starts his intro to the show is a monologue.
He's got the, you know, the magazine article, and then he, like, hops up on the table, and he starts, like, calling out all these different, like, groups, and calls out his, like...
Or a game where you throw a ball into a laundry basket.
And Jason the douche...
you say something, freak,
and he
just
does
the horns,
like, and like... that's like the signature thing. Like everybody does it. Like poor Joseph Quinn just has to, like, I can't tell you how many times I have seen pictures from like Comic-Cons recently where he has to do the thing, and it's almost like, you remember seeing like the pictures of Chadwick Boseman on like doing like red carpets for Black Panther, doing the Black Panther, and like it eventually just kind of gets like, meh.
Yeah,
like,
he's just tired of doing it.
Like, it's like, I feel like that's what's gonna happen to Joseph Quinn doing like the horns. Like, oh man, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, can I stop?
Yeah, can we give Eddie another thing when he comes back in the next season?
I'm losing hope.
I'm not.
Every day.
I'm not.
Anywho, but when we first watched it, we were just like, we were so prepared for him to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Because the way you're introduced to him, he's kind of an asshole.
He's being kind of a jerk.
Pretzels at Mike and Dustin because they want to move the D&D game. He just gets so pissed off about it.
I'm going to say here, I think what happened with this character, and I think I've even read about this, is exactly what happened with Steve. The actor brought something to this character that changed the way he was going to be played for the whole show.
That's 100% true. Because they filmed, I want to say they filmed this episode before they had to shut down for COVID.
Yes.
So they filmed this, and they were like, okay. And I know for a fact, because I saw interviews with the Duffer Brothers, they went back while they were on their... you know, the hiatus because of COVID, they went back and rewrote scenes with Eddie in them because of what Joseph Quinn brought to the character.
Well, we know...
like, the first bits.
We know a lot of that was due to his scene with Chrissy. Mm-hmm. Which we'll talk about later. But, yeah. He's very clearly being set up to be kind of a dick, but... there's this charisma to the character that's just flowing through. Like, yeah, he throws pretzels at Dustin and Mike. And then when he's immediately later, he's sitting with them and he's like, you guys are the future of Hellfire.
Right. Like, I brought you under my wing. Like,
yeah. he's not saying these things in a way that's feels or sounds manipulative. It feels genuine.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so wait, I am supposed to like him.
Yeah.
Like, and even when he's talking like he's making fun of Mike for the clothes he was wearing, but he goes to Dustin, he's like, you were wearing a Weird Al shirt, which I thought was brave. And I'm like, yeah.
And Justin's, thank you.
Thank you. Dustin, I thank you.
But, like, it is such a great introduction to a character, and it pretty much kind of, like, this episode sets you up for the kind of character that Eddie is, because the other scenes that he has are just, like, all a testament to his character. But it's a perfect introduction. It's a perfect introduction. And side note, my opinion, I'm going to bring it up to you. I think I have before. Doesn't he kind of like remind you a little bit of Robert Downey Jr.?
I was literally just thinking that. Yeah.
Like
he's got like young Robert Downey Jr.
Young Robert Downey Jr. Like, I feel like if this was actually happening in the 80s, like cast in the 80s, Robert Downey Jr. of like Weird Science
Yep.
would have 100% have been Eddie.
In a heartbeat. No
Because
doubt.
they both, like, they have that, like, arrogance. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
But,
Rob,
like, it's an
but it's
arrogance
an
that you
arrogance
want
that
to
it's not like,
interact
oh my
with.
God, I don't want to be friends with you. It's just, it's like it's,
Confidence.
I call it arrogance just because, I guess, because of Tony Stark. But it's a confidence that they're very, confident in themselves and who they are.
Yeah.
And
his little part of the speech where he's talking about getting his diploma and flipping the principal the bird. It's like, yeah, man. Yes.
He's a super senior.
Do you, man?
Because he's like 20 and still in high school.
Hey, he didn't give up.
No.
He didn't give up.
He
and
didn't give up. He
like,
kept
we
going.
find out immediately afterwards that he's like a drug dealer on the side, so he doesn't have to be in high school.
No, he could just be making money.
No, but he's finishing his backup plan. He's finishing school. That's his goal. He's set that for himself.
Because I feel like everybody's goal in Hawkins is, I don't want to be in Hawkins.
Sure, yeah, it's like that small town.
Yeah, so like he probably doesn't want we find out things later on in this season, but like he does, like, the Munson name, like he doesn't want to be that person.
No, he wants to do something.
He wants to do something with himself.
He wants to be a musician.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's our introduction to Eddie.
Yeah, we'll continue in the next one.
Yeah. So I think we'll cut off the episode here because as we suspected, we're coming up on over 40 minutes just from the first half of the episode.
Yeah.
So
the next one will be a lot shorter though.
I don't know.
Like.
Unless
we go off, I'll probably go off.
I have a lot to say about that D&D game.
Oh, please, of course.
No, for real. Like,
no, but I know.
Yeah, I really do. So
because there's really good Erica moments.
There's
that
amazing
too.
Erica moments.
Like, and there's a callback that I took notice to. I wrote it down. It was great. It's great. Erica's just perfect.
Yeah.
Love Erica.
So I think we can pretty confidently say signing off from the Hawkins Hellfire Collective.
I'm Devin Grubb.
I'm Zach Grubb.
Dusty Buns gets it done.